Here's a concept I was sharing with my students the other day as it relates to both escaping and finishing submissions. So let's say someone's in the mount. Let's say you're in the mount. You can only do one thing 100%. You can either maintain the mount or you can try to finish the person underneath you. You can't do both 100%. That's just not possible. That's science. Let's say I'm maintaining the mount with 70% of my concentration. 30% I'm trying to finish my opponent. That means my focus, my concentration, my focus is now split between maintaining the mount and trying to finish my opponent. So there, in that disparity, there is a gap which makes it a little bit easier for my opponent to now find a way out of mount position. So what I'm saying is, it's difficult, even all things being even. Let's say 2 belts, 2 purple belts, same level, same skill level. If one is on top in mount and the one on top is 100% focused on maintaining the mount, it's going to be very difficult, perhaps almost impossible for the person underneath to escape the position. As soon as the person on top starts to try and go for the finish, an opening makes itself available for the person underneath to escape, because the guy on top or the girl on top, their attention is now divided between two things. Instead of being focused on one thing, they're dividing their attention between two things. There is an argument that says keeping your opponent under pressure, under threat of submission, is also actually a part of maintaining the position. You could argue that you're keeping them so busy on defending the submission that they haven't got time to worry about escaping the position. That is also true. But I'm just throwing this at you here, I'm throwing this out there, just as a sort of concept for you to play with, that when someone's attention is divided between maintaining position and applying a submission, their ability to maintain the position generally goes down in accordance with how hard. Let's say it's 60-40 now. They're trying 40% effort, 40% concentration on finishing. Now their ability to maintain the mount goes down even further. It goes down to 60%. So it's all relative. So for the person underneath, what I'm saying is timing comes into play here. If you try and escape while someone is 100% focused on keeping you pinned, you're going to find it very difficult. It actually becomes easier when that person's focus starts to wander towards trying to find the submission. Actually becomes easier to escape when the person on top is focusing somewhat on finding a submission. So again, timing becomes important. Know when to attempt to make your big escape attempts. Conversely, for the person on top, you have to be aware that when you're hunting for the submission, your ability, generally speaking, your ability to maintain a position goes down accordingly. So again, these are just some concepts that I'm throwing out there. When I started to understand this stuff, I found it very effective for my game, especially in terms of escaping. My escape ratio went through the roof when I learned that timing is everything when it comes to escaping. When someone is focused on finding a submission, especially if you're not defending 100%, you're just doing what you need, you're staying calm, you're lulling them into a sense of, okay, the person has settled down, I can really make an attempt to finish the submission here. That's when you make your break for freedom. Anyway, I hope that concept helps you in your training, and I'll see you in the next video.